Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. No Landon today. Darian Newsom producing for us, and we'll get to Darian in a second. A busy show for us today. A lot to get into as today.
Got Jared in there.
Yeah, Jared's in there as well. Got a full house today, but a lot to get to as today has felt more like like the first day of free agency. After last night, it was a little slow. It certainly picked up steam a little bit today, so plenty to talk about with the NBA. We'll continue talking about the Grizzlies, what they're doing, the fallout from the Ja Morant trade. We'll talk some baseball. We'll talk some World Cup. It's Team USA. They are in action later tonight, so a lot to get into over these next 3 hours. But Darian, I do have to start with you. What's on your head?
Go USA. I mean, this is an ode to you. I mean, I thought about you the entire day yesterday, all day today. This is an ode to you, my good friend.
Well, can you explain what your hat is?
It's a FIFA.
At least?
It's a FIFA hat that
so
I got in Minneapolis,
okay.
actually.
I couldn't tell exactly what it is. Okay, so you got the
Greg Gaston called it was it Southwind? A Southwind type of hat.
I thought it was yeah, it really is. I mean, that's one of those big sun hats. I thought it was a sombrero at first, but no, it is not.
No, it's Total Team USA. Okay. After we leave here, we are perching ourselves down in front of somebody's TV.
That's right. A TV somewhere to watch Team USA. Very excited about that later tonight. We got the second game of 3 today in the World Cup getting started with Belgium and Senegal. That one's starting right now. So, yeah, we'll talk some World Cup throughout today's show. But, Brett, how are you this afternoon?
I'm doing great, Brian. How are you? Happy second half of the year. Right. Happy July. Welcome to the throes of summer.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day as well.
Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. We always celebrate.
Yes. Happy Canada Day.
Yeah. Happy Canada Day. Our good friends up north. Yeah.
Give me a break.
Do we celebrate Boxing Day, day after Christmas, Darren?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
not at all.
No, I celebrate Boxing Day.
The original regifting.
Good deal some places.
The original regifting is what Boxing Day really is.
Yeah, no, that's a Boxing Day.
Darren, I like the lid. It's very much Coach Saban's practice field lid.
Thank you. I've been called Coach Huff a time or two today.
It is
actually.
very
Wonder where Coach Huff got
as well.
Got that style from.
No, I could tell you where he got it from. It's very easy to
Houston Nutt always worked a big lid out of practice like that.
Hey, you got to have it. I mean, it's nice to have it.
Got the sweater to match outside, so we're ready for tonight.
I love it. You're fired up.
Because I tell everybody that sunburn or that skin irritation you get today, you pay for it 50 and 60.
Oh yeah,
when you go to the dermatologist and they just start lopping stuff off.
Yep. No, you're right about that. So you gotta protect yourself. And Darian,
so Greg thought it was Southwind, like my big Federal Express bucket hat I wear every year at the tournament.
I love that bucket hat.
With the Federal Express.
That's great. It's beautiful.
St. Jude Classic logo.
It is full Federal. Beautiful. No, it is. It is a beautiful cap. So yeah, you're gonna stay, I guess. It's cool.
I cannot use the words that the late great Fred Smith one year. I showed him the hat and he said, "That's the best blankety blank hat out here."
Yeah, no,
all right, Brett. I know your thing. I'm a blast from the past in case people don't know. I know your thing about not wearing hats. Could I get you to wear this one?
Inside or outside?
Well, just outside. It's just I know you don't do hats.
Put it on for the rest of the show.
For sure.
I say wear it the rest of the show.
I'm not anti-hat. I wear it like it's a golf tournament. Sure. And I had a hat on this morning, walking around. I had a hat on at World Cup. I can prove it.
I seen your picture. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
And that was because I was out there early in the afternoon. And to protect against the dermatologists having to lop stuff off, I wear them. I'm just not an everyday hat guy. There was a time I was. There was a time I was here, but a lot of times the bill of the cap will hit the mic.
Yeah,
and so I try to watch it in here.
Yeah. No, I always wear a hat. If you don't see me with a hat on, I'm either at church or I just got my hair cut. So.
Fresh from the haircut. What I always say.
You always love the haircut. You said it makes me look older. So,
Sunday was one of the few times, Britt, you will probably catch me nor Bryant with a hat on Sunday.
That's right. Yes.
Neither one of us had a hat on. You kind of couldn't wear a hat.
It's a rare day.
You're at a wedding. Shout out Zach.
We were at Zach's wedding.
Yes.
Oh, good
married.
For Zach. Good for Zach. What a great young guy.
Definitely not going to wear a hat at the wedding. If I was able to, I might, but I could pull it off. But no, I can't wear it
there was a time that I had and fitted wool, the good baseball hats. I had every team in baseball, had it lined up pretty nice at my house. And then I hit a stretch where I started, I didn't wear some of them a lot of times. There was a nice young man that worked at Jason's Deli. In fact, when Jason's Deli was down in the corner at Park Place before they moved to the bigger area, that's a long time ago. Nice young guy there, was a big San Francisco Giant fan. And I told him, I said, I got a surprise for you. So I brought him my Giant hat, bought at Candlestick.
Oh, wow.
And I said, it's been worn one time. He said, oh, I got a lot worse than that. But anyway, I gave all of them away. I'm down to one Cardinal hat. I wear one Pro Teams gear, and I only wear Ole Miss College gear.
Yeah.
I will not wear anything else.
Yeah, no, I definitely get that, and so you had to find new spots for all those hats. That's
doled them out to people. I'm gonna say about at that time there was no Tampa Bay Rays. I don't think there was Marlins and Rockies then either. So probably no. What else expansion out there? So out of 30, I think I had about 24 or 25.
Wow.
Might have been even some other new teams out there I didn't have, but didn't have Rockies, didn't have Diamondbacks, didn't have Marlins, didn't have Rays, didn't have Washington.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bryant. Didn't have Washington or old Expos.
Yeah, interesting. That's still a nice collection of hats to say the least. But a lot to get to today. A lot of NBA as free agency really picking up today. But the big news earlier in the day, the Lakers acquired Walker Kessler, the first of a handful of moves by the Lakers today from the Utah Jazz for an unprotected first-round pick in 2031, a first-round pick in 2033, and first-round swaps in 28 and 30. Kessler, with the trade, will sign a massive 4-year, $130 million deal with the Lakers. So, LA, they have their center.
Yesterday, Darian, you'll love this. Jerry can attest to this. We were having this conversation. You know, I love how some of the vernacular, the word usage has changed with these times that we're in. And I asked Bryant that the term stan. Brian, I was the original Walker Kessler stan in Memphis, wasn't I?
You were. No, you were very, very high on him.
And I didn't realize it was just spelled Stan, like Stan Musial. I thought it was
S-T-A-N. No, he thought it was S-T-A-N-D.
S-T-A-N-D. I was the original Walker Kessler Stan here in town. Now here's what I'm worried about that also was here in town. You know who has the best medicals on earth about Walker Kessler? They have sent him through the X-ray machine for his eyelashes. Who's got those?
Utah. Yeah, they definitely do.
What if they know something the Lakers don't know?
They might.
And you end up like Chandler Parsons.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it certainly could be partially that. I just, it's been really weird with Walker Kessler in Utah over the last couple of years. I mean, they've at times used him a ton. At other times, they've barely used him at all.
Shut him down.
Yeah, and so, I think it was a mixture of maybe some stuff they didn't like mixed with, maybe not a great fit for their roster. And you look, they got a ton of big man over there.
But
and
to
it
get
was
a restricted guy.
Sure.
A lot of times you want to go, you can have him.
Sure.
Good luck.
Definitely.
And you know what Keith Smith's going to say tomorrow about it. You don't deal with Danny Ainge.
No, you definitely don't.
You're already seeing out there, the Lakers got fleeced.
Yeah, no, you are. You're definitely seeing that, and so you will see. I mean, I've certainly never been a huge Walker Kessler guy. I think he's just okay as a starting big man in the league, but the Lakers were in a really bad position.
I loved his uncle from way back.
Well,
Alec Kessler at Georgia.
That's understandable. I mean, he had a terrific college career as well. So, we'll see what this looks like now. For the last couple of years now, since Luka has been on that Lakers team, they've been talking about needing to get a center in there that he can play with, a center that can get up and down the court. They made the move this season or I guess last season, to go get DeAndre Ayton. I thought he showed some nice things throughout the season, but it just never felt like he was going to be the permanent option. Now, obviously, Walker Kessler is the option. We talked yesterday about Jalen Duren having a meeting.
Ayton hurt himself in the playoffs, too.
No, he definitely did. But we talked about Duren yesterday meeting with both the Kings and the Lakers. It sounds like he met with both teams yesterday and met again with the Lakers this morning, or at least was supposed to. I don't know if that meeting actually took place or not today, but late last night it was being reported that he was going to have a second meeting. Jalen Durham was with the Lakers, and then earlier today we got the news about Walker Kessler. So I don't know if that meeting was canceled, if they had the meeting, decided to go with Walker Kessler instead. But this gives them a center that they now have locked up, and he's going to be the center of the future to run alongside Luka Doncic.
If y'all can't get the exact quote, give me an approximate quote of what did Luka say he wanted in a center, in a post player.
Yeah, I'm sure Darian can probably find the exact one, but he wants a lob threat. He wants a guy that can get up and down the court, more agile, a guy that he can get the ball to at the rim.
Jared knows I didn't mean to set y'all up, but Jared and I were talking about it beforehand. He wanted that
A-list.
He wanted
the
that.
Brad Pitt, the Denzel Washington.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Those guys aren't hanging out over here at Mount Moriah and Ridgeway. Mm-mm. There's very few of them on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm. No, there definitely is.
That's why they make so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it absolutely is. And so I don't know if Walker Kessler is that.
I mean, it's not like you call up Amazon and order that.
No, that's what put them in such a
Luka, big man, it's your team. Yeah. You got to do it.
Yeah, no, you do. And but I mean, you look at the centers that they had on the roster when he came in. They didn't have anybody. I mean, I think the least he could do was ask for a better center. And then DeAndre Ayton, I think, was better than Jackson Hayes, and now going to Walker Kessler.
Where's it end up for DeAndre Ayton? Former number one pick.
Yeah,
consensus, everybody was going to take him.
Yeah, I mean, I think, how old is he now? 27 years old. I think he still has some years left. I think, last year with the Lakers, about 13 points per game, 8 rebounds. I think he can help somebody. I think it's just, can he, take some of those maybe smaller contracts and be more of a rotation piece on a team?
He's going to be the franchise in Phoenix.
Yeah, no, he definitely was. So
local product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he can still, latch on somewhere, and I think still has time in the league left, because I do think he can.
Well, Brian, he may actually be third on his own roster. I can't pronounce his last name, but Toronto's center that the Lakers just got, he may usurp him as the backup.
That's like a 9-vowel last name.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I'd be surprised if
you call him just Sandro M. Brett. We just go Sandro M.
I'm just gonna call him Big Sandy.
I'd be surprised if Ayton stays in LA. Like, I feel like that's one that they could move. Because I mean, here's the thing, like Luka, he got a center. Like, and we saw more movement today. They signed a couple other guys in free agency. They're going to want to do more changes to this roster, and so I could see DeAndre Ayton being one that they try to
a 3-team to get AD back. This way.
That could be
to Golden State.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And now we sit and wait if we actually believe the Wizards saying that they have no interest in trading.
He's
AD.
touchable, right? Like,
he's absolutely
the only person not touchable is AJ on that team, correct?
That's it.
Yeah, I would.
That's because he's new.
Yeah, no, I think he's very available.
Well, of all the days for Darren to come in and pinch hit with us, I'm kind of glad you missed yesterday, because I was a full assault on the Lakers yesterday and on the bubble title. You know how I feel about it.
He was all over it. He really was.
Now, Darren, Grizzlies or Lakers first? If they were in the Western Conference Finals, you would be for Grizzlies or Lakers?
Be honest. Don't give me the.
My heart is a Laker fan. I was born in '83. I was here before a Grizzly was ever thought of.
We did go through. This might even been Monday. It's been a full week of me sending it through the Lakers. We went through where LeBron ranks on all the lists: points, assists, steals, turnover, everything in Laker world. And Brian, you did it. We went through 5 guys before we even came up with we would take LeBron over them.
And don't feel bad about it. Me being the home Laker fan in the house, no statue. You can probably get to 5 or 6, Brett, and don't feel bad about it.
Kareem, Magic, Shaq, Kobe, Jerry West. That's easy. That's opening bid, isn't it? As a Laker, not as an all-time NBA player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I think it's. We talked about it.
We got a little hung up on Elgin Baylor, and then kind of wrote it off to the Tyler Hero he played so long ago it doesn't count.
Yeah, it's been a while, but no, I definitely think there's a difference when you talk about LeBron James just as the player, and LeBron James is the Laker.
Wilt Chamberlain as a Laker.
Absolutely.
George Mikan.
Yeah.
Well, George Mikens, that's back. I'm with Hero.
It's also way back in the day. Some interesting news from Chris Haynes just coming out. The Memphis Grizzlies and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope are on the verge of working on a parting resolution, as he could be traded or become a free agent relatively soon. League sources tell me. That is Chris Haynes, the insider with NBA TV. So we talked a lot about it. The too many guys on the roster right now. Something has to give, and maybe we could see something happen with KCP, and he's not back on the roster next year.
I count 26. I see some out there saying 24.
Well, I think, were you using ESPN?
I am.
I think that still has some of the guys at the end of the season still on the roster. I don't think that's completely updated with.
So as you go to the Grizzly site for it,
I don't know what you need to go to. I haven't done enough looking, but let me pull up the Grizzlies. I have ESPN pulled up, so let me pull up the Grizzlies and let's see who all is on this roster, because I have seen some people say that ESPN kind of.
It's 26.
Yeah, you got Adama Ball on here.
What I do with my jersey?
Yeah, no, that's a really good. Toby Akani.
What I do with my
Lucas Williamson,
whole wardrobe.
Dariq Whitehead, Ryan Rupert. Yeah, so this is very much.
I like Ryan Rupert.
I do too.
I think he's with the opening night roster somewhere.
Yeah, well, he could be. But it won't be here. That's for sure.
And wore his uniform as better than anybody ever. Yep. I mean, he got with the tailor, and it's perfect how it falls on him.
Yeah, no, I like Ryan Rupert a lot. It seems like we talked about
number 32, Ryan Rupert.
That's right. We talked about it a lot when he first got here from Portland. It seemed like, I think it was DeMichael Cole who had talked to a lot of people up in Portland about him, and they said, the coaching staff really liked him. A lot of people around town really liked him. Teammates liked him. It was just kind of, they didn't have a spot for him. So he comes here at Brett but you didn't like him when he was in Portland. But, or maybe you did. I shouldn't say that.
Know him in Portland. I didn't know he was alive.
But, he gets here to Memphis, and it feels like kind of the same thing happened. Nice player, did his job when he was in there, but you look up, and there's way too many guys on the roster, and it just doesn't look like there is an opportunity for a ton of playing time for him. So
he was one of the few, a lot of nights late in games that was giving any effort in some of those.
He definitely was, and that's on a two-way contract, being a former second-round pick, on now it's second team when he was with the Grizzlies. This guy that's got to go out there and prove it. He's got to play every single time he's out there, no matter what the score is. He's got to play hard because he's got to show whether it's the Grizzlies or other teams that he's got what it takes. And we talked about that a lot late season. Even though we were all kind of rooting for losses, it was still kind of fun watching those young guys show that they have to prove it to try to make a roster.
Who do you have, Belgium or Senegal?
I don't have any.
United States gets the winner.
Senegal over here, people.
You got
Belgium has not been. I'm telling you, I've channeled my inner Brian Dacus. Brent, I was at a Mexican bar last night watching, and the entire place was going crazy. I was Brian Dacus. But long story short, Senegal right now. Belgium has been less impressive, so to speak.
I don't have any. I guess I have a tie on the game, but I have a lot. I think we get a lot of goals in this game, so that's where my
wide open affair.
Or I think so.
5 wides.
I think a 2-2 end of regulation is my prediction. So I've got the draw. I've got the over in there. Both teams to score. So
that's gaming.
That's what we're working with. So we'll see what ultimately happens there. But we've got a busy show for you this afternoon. So let me set it up before we get to top and not top story of the day. 3:30, we'll talk a lot of NBA as a lot of moves have been made around the association as free agency now wide open. We'll talk about some of the signings, some of the speculation out there. We'll get to that in our next segment. 3:45. Yesterday, we did our top 5 first half of the year, both national and local stories. Today, we'll make some predictions. At 3:45, we'll do our top 5 national predictions for the second half of the year. 4 o'clock, John Goen from Timber Trust. He'll join us. We'll talk a lot of golf with him. We'll also make our picks for this weekend's event. 5:30, we'll get back to the predictions, our top 5 local predictions for the second half of the year. 4:45, big number of the day. 5 o'clock, Rob Fisher, the Grizzly from the Grizzlies television network. He'll join us. We'll talk a lot of Grizzlies. We'll certainly talk about the Ja Morant trade, but we'll also talk about all the moves around the NBA. 5:30, we'll talk about what's trending, and at 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Mo's Crunch Time. Let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Summer, it's right around the corner. It's already here, hot out there today, pretty much all week, and so that means it's time to have those backyards ready for the ultimate pool party. Above ground pools, they're starting at $39.99 installed, with in-ground pools starting at $49,999. All in-stock patio furniture is priced to move, with 5-piece patio furniture sets starting at just $999. Outdoor sectionals, they're starting at $12.99 with a free umbrella and base available with select patio furniture sets. head out there and check out the hot tubs and the swim spas. Hot tubs starting at just $34.99 with swim spas starting at $16,999. Special financing is available, and if you mention this ad, get $200 off any pool or spa purchase. So head out there to Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40.
We are Sports Time, live and local and with you until 6 o'clock. We want you to be a part of our show. You can text or call us on the Sissy's Log Cabin text and talk line at 901-360-8255. He's Brian, I'm Brett. We're always live and local from our Family Leisure studios. Darian and Jared on the other side, keeping the train on the track. Happy second half of the year, my half of the year. We look forward to this half of the year like we look forward to this day every day. This hour brought to you by the great people at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Great offers on all 2026 models and always special leasing options. Driving luxury and confidence, knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. Call them at 901-334-9673, but they invite you to stop by the only Lexus dealership in Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway, and that's where you can put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2026 flagship LS500, and you'll be looking and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design, and they make for the safe luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Top story of the day.
Well, my top story of the day is free agency, and it's really the Los Angeles Lakers, all the moves that they have been making today. As yesterday, they were the big news that LeBron James has informed them that he will not return to the team, but today they have made a ton of moves. It started earlier in the day when they acquired Walker Kessler from the Utah Jazz. He will sign a massive 4-year deal with the Lakers, but after that, they kept on making moves with a big forward. What are we calling him? Big Sandy? Is that
Big Sandy?
Big Sandy signing a 4-year deal with them. After that, Quentin Grimes agreed to a 4-year, $60 million deal to join the Lakers. And Colin Sexton, who's really bounced around the NBA, he agreed to a 2-year, $19 million deal with the Lakers. So we know it's going to look a lot different with no LeBron out there. This is now officially Luka Doncic's team. They've given him a center of the future now with Walker Kessler. They've added some guys on the perimeter, some shooting. We'll see what this roster ultimately looks like. We know they wrapped up Austin Reeves earlier this offseason to a longer extension. So I don't think they're finished. I think there will still be some moves for the Lakers, much more smaller, kind of around the edge moves. But we'll see when it's all said and done what this Lakers team looks like post LeBron James.
My top story yesterday was about as dull of a first day of NBA free agency, starting at 5 o'clock all the way through really when we woke up this morning. As you could imagine, they made up for it today, though. They made up for it in a big way. A lot of breaking news out there. Almost every time you go to Shams' Twitter, there's more news. And we're not going to get much big news here in Memphis, not with that big roster. We got a lot of players that are a lot alike, but we're not going to have a big free agent. That's not for this year. Here's what is for this year and for the years ahead. These next 3 to 4 years in Grizzlies world depends on one thing. Mm-hmm. That's the health of Zach Edey. Yep. If Zach Edey's in there, then you can make some other moves. You maybe can go out and land that big free agent. Yep. But we got to be able to count on him, and we got to be able to know you can't teach 7-3.
That's right.
Not top story of the day.
Well, my not top story of the day, it is the Memphis Grizzlies. What do they do the rest of the offseason? We know they won't be bringing any guys in. That's at least until they free up some roster spots. I just mentioned what the news out there for the Grizzlies right now is that they could part ways with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope via a trade or letting him become a free agent. That would certainly free up one spot. I doubt Taj Gibson returns to the roster next season. I think they'll be able to free up those spots. But like you said, Brett, I don't see them bringing in many more pieces that aren't currently on the roster. It would just be really hard to free up those roster spots and then fill them back with new players. Like you said, it's a lot of players. A lot of them kind of look alike, and I think that it's a purpose for that. This is going to be very much a test season. It's going to be tryouts for a lot of these guys. Can you become big pieces for the future of this team? I think Ty Jerome will remain with the team at least until free agency. We'll see about the two guys they acquired from the trade with Portland, if those guys stick around for the start of the season. Maybe, a couple of more trades we could see before the year. I still feel like it's going to be very busy, but it's not going to be as much bringing guys in. It's going to be freeing up spots and space on this roster.
My not top story, World Cup fever tonight. It's really growing out there. You can feel it, and look forward tonight to a whopping TV rating, a big number for Fox with the soccer. If the United States wins, it advances to the Sweet 16. I know they don't call it that, but I'm going to try to keep it that way for everybody to fully understand it. Tonight against Bosnia-Herzegovina, that used to be parts of Yugoslavia, no more. The United States had a role in that as well. Tonight's game at Levi Stadium, host of Super Bowl 50. That was Peyton Manning's last game. Host of Super Bowl 60. That was last February. That was the Kenneth Walker Super Bowl. Local product. Tonight, 7 o'clock. Lowest price ticket. Get in price ticket right now. $1,561.
Wow.
Yeah, give me 4.
Wow.
And that's down from last week.
Oh, it is appreciably down?
Yeah, appreciably down. Yeah, because every team was in. Now it's knockout, so you have to come down on your prices a little bit.
Now, Brett, that is San Francisco Stadium, not Levi Stadium. Please adhere to the sponsorships with
I'll be glad
FIFA.
to.
I mean, good Lord.
Memo to FIFA and to the NFL, the 49ers do not play in San Francisco. It is distinctly in Santa Clara.
Well, it might be Santa Clara. I'm trying to figure out exactly what they listed it as, but I'm pretty sure I saw they listed it as San Francisco Stadium. But I could be wrong.
It's Santa Clara, and old Super Bowl trick that Rob Fisher taught me, he said, always take the first media shuttle out there, because that's the only one police escorted.
All right, Brian, I got a name for you.
What is it?
I can't imagine trying to get out there without the police escort on Super Bowl Sunday.
San Francisco Bay Area Stadium.
Oh, wow. Laughing it all in there.
Way to
I
go.
like that. I like that. So, yes.
Because don't think that Santa Clara would be like, Bartlett, Arlington.
Sure,
We talk about Kenneth Walker. That's really Memphis. Santa Clara is Jackson, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And about that far.
Yeah, so even at San Francisco Bay Area Stadium, they've got the Levi on the scoreboard. They've got it covered up with a drape. So, I mean, you can't even – no Levi Stadium around here.
Same way for Atlanta, too, right? Atlanta Stadium?
Dallas with AT&T. I mean, it's all covered up.
You know who they all learned from on that? The IOC.
Oh, yeah.
They taught them all.
I sure did.
I thought you were going Jerry Jones on that one.
Cover it up.
Even at the condiments, when you get a hot dog at a game, the ketchup bottle, the Heinz and all that stuff is taped over. We have zero sponsorships out there. Unless you pay, your name's not out there in any way or sense. 2
food purchases in Kansas City at Kansas City Stadium. I used to call it Arrowhead.
Yeah, you would know. Was that true? This is just what I heard on social media, that they were covering up the condiments.
All right. The first thing was like a food truck out in a nice food area, and it was great. And a Coke, $34.84. Here's my charge.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
On my First National Bank.
There you go.
Debit card. Second charge in the stadium. Hot dog, I'm going to say...
Yay big.
8-inch hot dog. Fresh bun.
Sure.
I put the mustard on, didn't notice the logo.
Okay.
Coke, big old Coke.
Yeah.
Big walloping Coke. $29.45.
I tried to guess. I said 65.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. But they know you're here for a reason, and you're gonna have to eat at some point.
Was it a Nathan's hot dog or a FIFA dog?
I'm about $65 and $61.29 in on those 2 charges.
How about that? You nailed
it's
it.
my restaurant coming in.
There you go. How about that? Well, that'll do it for top.
How much margin's in that?
Yeah, that's
a lot,
question.
guys. A lot.
That dude's for top and not top story of the day. Let's get to our first break, and when we return, we're gonna talk the NBA free agency galore. We do it next on Sports Time.
Start your day with Sports 56 mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. You know that feeling when something is supposed to be complicated and then it's not? That's the Dobbs Brothers way. For your new Chevrolet, there's no games, no runaround, no surprises. Just straight answers from people who actually mean them. Buying a car shouldn't feel like a battle. And at Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, it doesn't. Trust, transparency, and driving our community forward. That's the Dobbs Brothers way. Shop Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet of Bartlett today.
The Gossett Mitsubishi Summer Sales Event is going strong at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Get America's best backed vehicles with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. All remaining 2025 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross and 2025 Mitsubishi Outlanders now $6,000 off MSRP. 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport ES with standard super all-wheel control. Buy for $27,105 or $349 per month. Plus 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander ES standard 7-seat capacity versus 5-seat Nissan Rogue and Honda CR-V. Buy for $30,310 or $399 a month. Plus, Tennessee residents get an additional $1,000 off all 26 Outlander Sports. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1956 Covington Pike. Online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
84 months at 5.99 APR. Outlander TZO 2861. MSRP 32,810. Sport TU 101 MSRP 28,985. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895. Excludes tax, title, license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
It's time to get your backyard ready for the ultimate pool party with a little help from Family Leisure. If you've been sitting on the fence about taking the plunge with a pool, now's the time to take the dive. You want an above-ground pool? Done. Starting at $39.99, and that's with installation. You want an in-ground pool? Take your pick. They start at under $50,000. Accessorize that pool with a patio furniture set starting at just $9.99. Outdoor sectionals, they start at $12.99. In fact, all in-stock patio furniture sets are priced to move. And with select patio furniture sets, you'll get a free umbrella and base. Okay, you aren't looking to get into a pool just yet? Family Leisure has hot tubs that start at just $34.99. Get in shape or stay in shape with a swim spa starting at $16,999. Get your backyard, front yard, side yard, whatever, ready for fun. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
K4TE 349,980, MSRP 24,825, Sorrento TG 453,494, MSRP 34,280, Telluride VG 005,288, MSRP 44,510, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, must finance through KFA, excludes tax, filing license with approved credit, dealer stock only, see dealer for complete details, offer valid through 6/30/26.
Hey, I've got him on the line, Jeff Allen over at Gossett Kia South, and it's the summer sticker sales event going on right now. Hey, Jeff, tell us about it.
Listen to this, Randy. I've got a 2026 Kia K4 LXS at $229 a month. 24-month lease, $34.99 due at signing. 2026 Kia Sorrento LX, $297 a month, and a 2027 Kia Telluride S front-wheel drive, only $449 a month. Both 24-month lease, $39.99 due at signing. Plus, you'll find the all-new 2026 EV9, $12,000 off MSRP, or get 0% for 60 months.
And every Gossett Hyundai comes equipped with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
Sports 56 traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you as we got to talk more about the NBA. It's free agency. It has been wild this afternoon as a lot of guys making their decisions on where they will continue their career. The most recent one, the former Tennessee Volunteer Tobias Harris has agreed to a 2-year, $31 million deal with the San Antonio Spurs. I think a phenomenal pickup for the Spurs. That is one that's really, really going to help them next season.
It is. Kelly Oubre out there moving again.
Love Kelly Oubre. That's the guy that's
plays for everybody.
Played for everybody. Now heading to the Pacers.
And next year at deadline time, he will be in trade talks.
That's right. So yeah, that's I think an interesting.
But I'm with you on Tobias Harris. Great pickup.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really, really good pickup, and I think this Kelly Oubre deal to Indiana, I think, is a good one. I think Kelly Oubre kind of feels like a Pacer, and obviously with what they're getting back with Halliburton this season, I think that could be a piece that plays well for them, because they're in a weird spot right now. Obviously in the finals, then your star players out the entire year. You tank to try to get a top pick to pair with your star. That doesn't work out, and so now you're just kind of sitting in no man's land, and a lot of questions on what this Pacers team will look like next season.
Mitchell Robinson, $47 million to the Celtics from the champion Knicks. The money is not real.
No.
And I would tell everybody, don't pay any attention to it. You are, to a degree, yes, a nth degree, very small. You are paying for some of it, but most of that's because of the TV deal.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of other sponsorships. It's not a lot of direct because of the cost of tickets. I hear you on affordability and the ticket costs. I just read what a darn hot dog and a Coke cost at World Cup. I pay it. I know it. Yeah. But I wouldn't get that hung up about it. It's really all monopoly money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it really is. But yeah, that move for Mitchell Robinson, really interesting. 3-year, $47.4 million deal to go to the Celtics. I think it's interesting for a lot of different reasons. I think he'll help the Celtics, who they had a little bit of a revolving door at the center position last year. Now what that means for the Knicks going into next season, losing a really nice rotation big man. But another one is, I think all of this, and we talked about with the Lakers earlier, kind of plays into what happens with Jalen Duren as a very weird situation. We talked yesterday about the reports that he was going to meet with the Kings and the Lakers. Then there was a report, I think it was Jake Fisher, that reported that he, according to sources, Duren very interested in playing for the Celtics. I would think that this would get in the way of that, but a lot of unknown about what happens now. It feels like Celtics maybe decided, Lakers certainly decided. If he really wants to go to the Kings, that feels like that's still open. I think ultimately he'll be back in Detroit. I think they'll give him the deal that he wants, but it's been a lot more iffy on the future of Jalen Duren than I thought it would be a week ago.
And he's restricted.
Very much so, yes.
Other than Walker Kessler, he had to like the Kessler deal as much as anyone, because he's got to be saying, if he's getting that, I know I'm better than him.
Well, I'm sure he did, but I think he wanted to be in LA, so I don't know if he liked it for that. I
wonder why Kessler over him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very good question. I really
got
don't
a quick
know.
answer.
What's up?
Because if they put the tender down, that money is then locked up. So now the free agent market shrinks for the Lakers. So therefore, the trade with Kessler instead of an offer sheet.
That's true. Yeah, that is really, really true. But
because Detroit, and the ending to that is because Detroit gets to match.
Yeah.
But we all agree better players Duren over Kessler.
Easily.
And I think he flows better with Luka too.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely does. I still don't know about the fit with Luka and Kessler. I mean,
what about the trade though? Why not do that trade for Duren?
That's
is
what
I'm saying.
Well, no, yeah, because that's been the whole thing, is that he wants a sign and trade.
Who does Luka fit with, guys?
I think he fits with a lot of guys, but I think
we hear a lot of. Well, I don't know if he's that great a fit with this one and that one and this one.
Well, I mean, that's more on Walker Kessler than it is on Luka. I mean, we just said it in the last segment. Luka wants kind of a guy that can get up and down the court, a guy that can fly around, be a lob threat.
What he's looking for is Jackson Hayes on steroids.
Yeah,
if you can get that.
Just a better Jackson Hayes, which I think there are a lot of those in the NBA.
Who's going to play defense for the Lakers?
Well, that's I guess Walker Kessler will.
Lockdown defensive specialist.
I don't know, but we got
Reeves.
a nickname for him already.
Who's that?
Snow Time, baby.
Well,
and my Laker buddies, we already got a name for them.
It looks like the George Mike and Laker teams. And
Go with Snow Time, Brett.
They definitely seem to have a type this offseason. I mean, I think there's a lot of questions.
Back to Minneapolis.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of unknown with this LA team, and so now what happens with Duren? Like I said, I think he's back in Detroit, but he wants that big deal, and it will be will Detroit offer him that big deal?
Well, Detroit's not that far off, and I saw where you retweeted it, and it was so accurately said. Let's not let 6 weeks cloud our judgment about Duren over what we saw from October to playoff time last year and in his whole depth and breadth of his career. Now, at playoff time, and I took a shot at him, I said, what does he think? He's getting 1 point at Oxford? Yeah. Because that's what it looked like. That was that really atrocious college game. Yeah. He's 17.
Yeah, I mean, and I think what's good about that is I think a lot of the fans are going to remember what happened in the postseason, but I don't think the front office is going to remember what happened in the offseason. I think Trajan Langdon has done a phenomenal job in Detroit. He's only been up there for a couple of years, but I think he's done a great job. I think he knows what he's doing, and I think the priority is to get Duren locked up, get that extension in place, and keep moving forward. Because I do think Duren, still young, only 22 years old. He's going to learn from that playoff.
He never ages.
No, he doesn't.
Does he go around the sun every year?
Yeah, I think so. But that's what happens when you're
He was in Memphis 10 years ago, wasn't he?
It feels like
now he's 22.
Yeah, but hey, when you're the youngest player in your draft, you spend a lot of time in the NBA and still remain extremely young. But, we talk so much about the postseason. His second postseason with Detroit, so still learning. It was bad. We all watched it. But still, 10.2 points, 8.5 rebounds. There are much worse outings in the playoffs. So that's one that I think people should quickly forget about, move forward. He's going to get better, and I think next year when they're in the playoffs, I think he'll be much better than that.
He was an all-star.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. So,
Darren, did you notice that Bryant, being a good, solid, lifetime dues paid-up member of the Duke Brotherhood, got in the nice plug for Trajan Langdon? Did you notice that?
Well, I mean, I had nothing to do with that. I just think Trajan Langdon's done a great job in Detroit.
One of the most throwaway lines
honestly
ever. Near the end of a show one day, Bryant just said, I kind of like Duke, and I have stuck.
It wasn't even that. I just said I like John Shire. I just like their head coach.
Do you remember Langdon's playing career, though?
Absolutely.
He was one of the purest shooters,
yeah,
literally, you have ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Would he be
better
the
than Mike
greatest
Dunleavy
player
Jr., the entire Duke lineup? He better than J.J. Redick.
No, he would not, because ain't Carlos Boozer from Alaska?
Yes. Carlos Boozer.
I didn't know that.
Anchorage,
Boozer's Alaska guy.
Alaska. So, Boozer.
And a second-round pick. A lot of people thought he was a first-round pick. I've been hearing a lot of it. It's like he's second round.
Coach,
he wasn't the first round.
Pipeline to Anchorage?
Yeah, I don't, I've never really looked into that. I don't know if he actually, did he actually grow up in Alaska? Boozer, yeah. Because when I saw
think
that,
he was born and raised there.
Was he? Okay, I didn't know if it was one of those like he was born there and then family moved and kind of grew up somewhere else. But Booze from
Juneau. He's Juneau.
Juneau. I didn't know that.
Juneau, I think that's the state capital, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, hold on. His hometown is Juneau, but it says his birthplace was Aschaffenburg, Germany.
Wow.
Gotta be
dual citizenship.
His family moved there when he was a child, and he attended Juneau Douglas High School.
Got to be military.
Interesting.
Trajan Langdon's hometown, is it Juneau as well, or Anchorage? I don't know any other towns.
No. Those are only ones I got. Yeah, I don't even have Nome. I don't got that one.
No, in the drinking years.
Him as well. Trajan Langdon, born in Palo Alto, California.
Wow.
But he considers Anchorage, Alaska his hometown. He went to East Anchorage High.
In the drinking years, I thought, man, how great would it be to live in Alaska when you hit the dark season and it stays nighttime all the time.
You do a lot of ice fishing.
No, you do a lot of drinking with the lights out.
Interesting.
Fairbanks, so we get a Fairbanks, Alaska.
Oh yeah, Fairbanks. You definitely gotta get Fairbanks in there.
And from a solid, great North Carolina Tar Heel, throw Brian out of the studio.
Well, that's fair. All I did was sound like their head coach. I mean, that was all I did, and then I became the biggest.
And then I started
Duke
taking cheap shots at Shire every chance I get.
You did, which that's fine. You do what you want, but yeah. So interesting.
But it could have been worse. He could have hollered Steve Wojciechowski, right?
Yeah.
Little Wojo asker.
That is very true. That is very, very true. It could have been much worse.
Alaska used to play a real critical role in the early part of college basketball
Alaska
season.
shootout. That's where you're going.
Thanksgiving weekend, and I mean it was game zone at every hour of the day from lunchtime through Sunday night.
Yep. Yep. No.
For a while, Krzyzewski owned that tournament, by the way.
Some great. Arkansas had a good trip to Alaska. A couple of good trips.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish we still had the Alaskan shootout. That would be a lot of fun. Now everybody's going to Vegas for their Thanksgiving tournament.
Money talks.
Guess when they're handing out those checks.
And poolside talks.
It definitely does. A lot of things to like about going and playing in Las Vegas. But
speaking of Arkansas, I ran into ISO Joe last week too.
Did you really?
When I was in Minneapolis for volleyball, I guess he had a daughter or whatnot there. Me being a sports head, and I thought other fathers would have noticed him, but there are a lot of tall people at volleyball tournaments. Let me say that. 6'8" mothers, 6'8" dads. So he didn't stand out from a height standpoint, but I know ISO Joe when I saw him. So I gave him some knuckles.
Nice. Love that. That's great. Oh, man. ISO Joe. That's one of my favorites right there. But no, it's been real busy today in the NBA. I'm sure we'll get more news throughout the show. Anything that comes across, we will certainly update you on. But we need to get to another break. And when we return, yesterday we looked back to the first half of the year. Now we will try to predict the second half of the year. We'll get to our top 5 national predictions for the second half of the year. We'll do that next on Sports Time.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day at Sports 56 WHBQ.
For those that watch the stock market, the real estate market also has its watchers, like me, Sheldon Rosengarten, with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. Right now I'm seeing the listing inventory increasing and the contracts and closings not keeping up, which puts us in what is labeled as a buyer's market. That is why it is extremely critical that you obtain the best advice and expertise when you're considering the sale of your home. And that is what I do. To make your home a sweet spot, where buyers are drawn to you like bees to honey, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure I am one of them. Find out about my highly successful strategic marketing program that can help you sell your home quicker at a better price. Remember what people often say, when you want the job done, call Sheldon. Call me at 483-0546 or email me at memphisrelocate.com. That's right, relocate is in my name. memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546.
Your home is your best investment, so why not make it the best it can be with help from Gates Lumber? Start with your front door, serving 2 purposes, curb appeal and security. Gates has solid construction doors built for security, durability, and beauty. See and compare wood, steel, and fiberglass options side by side at Gates Showroom. It's easier to choose when you can see and touch real doors with real assistance from knowledgeable staff helping you choose the right door for your home and budget. So don't just replace your door, upgrade your protection, and Gates Lumber is the right choice. Family owned and operated, serving you for over 100 years with free estimates, free delivery, competitive prices, and quality products. Call 901-942-3201, go to gateslumber.com, or come by their showroom, 1253 South Bellevue Boulevard. Gates Lumber, celebrating over 100 years with a passion for craftsmanship since 1920.
K4TE 349,980, MSRP 24,825, Sorrento TG 453,494, MSRP 34,280, Telluride VG 00288, MSRP 44,510, includes all rebates and incentives, BF 895, must minus 2 KFA, excludes tax filing license with approved credit dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details, offer valid through 6/30/26.
Hey, I've got him on the line, Jeff Allen over at Gossett Kia South, and it's the summer sticker sales event going on right now. Hey, Jeff, tell us about it.
Listen to this, Randy. I've got a 2026 Kia K4 LXS at $229 a month. 24-month lease, $34.99 due at signing. 2026 Kia Sorrento LX, $297 a month. And a 2027 Kia Telluride S front-wheel drive, only $449 a month. Both 24-month lease, $39.99 due at signing. Plus, you'll find the all-new 2026 EV9, $12,000 off MSRP, or get 0% for 60 months.
And every Gossett Hyundai comes equipped with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
To NST, it's never just another case. It's your shot at getting life back on track. Real help, real heart. 35 years and still winning. NST is the way to go. Call 683-7000 or go online at nstlaw.com.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. And yesterday we took a look back at the first half of the year, both local and national, the biggest stories for the first 6 months. Now we have to make some predictions for the second half of the year. We'll start with our national predictions, then we'll get to our local predictions at 4:30. So, you wanna start us, Darren? Do you have predictions for the second half?
I just got local. I didn't know we were doing national.
That's fine.
So I got one national.
To you. What?
I got one national.
Please, by all means.
Sean Payton will play in the AFC Championship again this year.
Well, the problem there is the AFC Championship won't be this year, so that wouldn't be the second half.
But he'll do the body of the
Okay, I went to 27. Okay, I get
it. Yeah.
He'll be rolling toward playoffs.
He'll be rolling toward. I honestly believe that something's brewing in Denver.
That, and I texted Bo last night after we were done that he was big in his coaching ranking of Sean Payton. Mm-hmm. I think for the Broncos and the Patriots, they threaded the lucky needle last year. They don't need both of them. Everybody will be ready for them. More of a bullseye. Neither one of them play up next year.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
Number one for me, Shohei and the Dodgers make it 3 straight World Series titles, and that gives the small market owners even more fuel to lock out over labor issues. Number 2, conference realignment expansion announced before the end of this year. That's what the predictions are, right? End of this year?
Yeah.
SEC adds North Carolina and Virginia. Big Ten, they add Clemson and Florida State. We'll see how it filters down, the domino effect for the hometown Tigers. Number 3, NBA expansion, worst kept secret ever, formally approved, Seattle and Vegas. Number 4, Big Ten remains on top heading into the college football playoffs and even into the New Year's Day Elite 8 games. At least 3 of the 8 will be from the Big Ten. I think it'll be Oregon, Ohio State, and USC. Speaking of USC, number 5, USC Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Caleb Williams. He makes the big step in September, October, November, and December to the MVP that will be named in 2027, but the play will be in the fall.
Okay, I like it. I
agree with you on the Dodgers, by the way.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure.
Oh, stop it.
I'm sure you do.
Cardinals or Dodgers? Who you for?
It's kind of like my Laker deal. I mean, now in the heart, I'm a Cardinal, but I love my Dodgers too.
Thought I knew Darren, didn't you, Brian?
No, I've never felt like I've known Darren. It feels like every day I learn something new about him that just surprises me. Okay, my top 5. Number 5, Patrick Mahomes returns from his injury, and he is well on his way to another MVP trophy.
Okay, I didn't have MVP, but if I'd have had a number 6, Mahomes quiets all the critics, all the speculation. It's going to be a big return.
I think so, and certainly winning MVP would shut all the critics down. My number 4, we get some sort of college football playoff news on expansion by the end of the year, getting more teams in there. Number 3, you had the Dodgers winning 3 straight. How about this? Neither the Dodgers or the Yankees, the 2 most hated teams in Major League Baseball, neither of them win the World Series this year. It's somebody different. Maybe Milwaukee's that team that stays super hot and wins the World Series. Number 2, Indiana football. They're doing it again. They're in the playoffs, making even more noise, and the story would be incredible if they are well on their way to another national championship.
Signetti will be running hot.
Yeah. Oh man, he would. He would be
I just think gravity gets them this year. Well, they're going to be good.
I think so.
You just can't stay up in those clouds.
I think they. I think it probably has to come down. But man, wouldn't that be a story if they're on their way to another national championship? And then number 1, Darren. I need some excitement for this one. Can I get a drum roll for this one? Can we get a drum roll, please?
That's the best I can do.
I didn't hear anything. I need a drum roll. I still don't hear anything on a drum roll. USA. USA.
Hello, USA. We would be no drums here.
USA.
Wins the World
Team
Cup.
USA wins the World Cup, putting the Americans on top of the entire football world.
And there's the jinx right there.
They're not going to win the World Cup. I just put it on there because that'd be fun. They're not going to.
If they do, that is it. That is sports story of the year.
Quarters is where we belong. Semis should be World Cup win to us, basically.
Yeah. I think they can win tonight. I don't know about the next game. If they win that, that's the end of the road. That's as much as they're winning. Because then I think they see España after that, and there's
Great Scott. Are y'all seeing this score on the north side of Chicago? The wind's got to be blowing out.
No.
Or my computer's way off.
Today, Wednesday, and the World Cup going on, it's completely messed me up with baseball. I mean, I've been all out of whack today.
Check your score and tell me if you see a score. If
all right,
this
give me
is
a
right.
Second. Let's see.
This can't be real.
Let's see.
Goodness, oh my goodness.
Wow, 23-3. Holy cow.
Who's in a 23-run pool?
No, not me. That's
23, Ryan Sandberg's number, and 23 in Chicago. They got a pretty famous number of a guy to there.
Yeah, no, that's a very famous number.
Ryan Sandberg was a great Cub.
Why am I
23-3 over the Padres?
3 in the first, 1 in the second, 5 in the third, 4 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, 8 in the eighth inning. How about that? Wow, that is something.
Well, I bet some batting averages improved today.
Some big numbers.
Somebody's taking out the spread in the Padre clubhouse after the game.
Really are.
Potato salads going everywhere.
Orioles.
I mean, just a big dish of it's going off the ceiling.
Yeah.
Confronto is your big winner today. 4 for 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? 6 for the Orioles, 9 for the Guardians, 10 for the Nationals, 6 for the Tigers. The Blue Jays have 5 right now through 5, and 23 for the Cubs. Scoring is in today in Major League Baseball. It's a lot of big numbers.
Well, if you had the under today in the Cubs, Padres, you might need to examine some stuff.
Yeah, no, that's well, at least I think we've talked about this with.
Hope you like the action.
Yeah, no kidding. I think we've talked about this with Alan Bell before. Of sometimes it's better when it goes like that. When you know very early in the game that this under isn't hitting, that you kind of feel better about it. You can just enjoy the game instead of that 9th inning they hit a home run and take the over.
Like what the Phillies have been known to do recently.
Yeah. Something like that. That's a lot. That rips your heart out. When this kind of, it's like, okay, well, at least I know it's over.
That has to be approaching a Cub record for runs at Wrigley.
It's got to be. I mean, that is a ton.
They may have had 24 one time.
Yeah. That is a ton of runs there. So good on the Cubs.
Got 8 RBI.
Wow. How about that? About that? Well, we need to get to another break, and when we return, we're switching gears. We got to talk golf. John Goen from Timber Trust, he'll join us. We'll talk golf. We'll also make our weekly picks. We'll do that next on Sports Time.
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Old Dominick Distillery is pouring Memphis pride into every cocktail. From the winning atmosphere at its downtown Memphis distillery to award-winning craft spirits, Old Dominick is pure Memphis spirit through and through. Swing by the distillery bar for a pregame cocktail or celebrate your wins with a guided tour and tasting. Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
At Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike, it's the Volkswagen Driver Days event, and it's drivers wanted. If you're looking for sporty, we Gossett 2026 Jetta S. Just $249 a month, $249 a month for Jetta S. Luxury just got a new definition in 2026 Tiguan 2.0 TS. Now $269 a month. Brand new Tiguan S, $269 a month. And right now, Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike's got 2026 Atlas SE, only $329 a month. That's only $329 a month for a brand new Atlas SE. Ready for a new ride? We got you covered at Gossett Volkswagen on the Pike, 1875 Covington Pike, or shop online anytime at GossettVWMemphis.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor
Atlas TC564681, MSRP 41911, Jetta TMO 312217, MSRP 25791, Tiguan TMO 43763, MSRP 32881. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must be financed through Volkswagen Credit PF 895. Excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer in 6/30/26 dealer stock only.
Listen up, Rebel fans. Your next winning drive starts at Landers Ford in Collierville. Their game plan is simple. Find you the most savings possible. Make a trade, lower your payments, or let them buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from them. That's how you keep moving the chains. Just like the Grove on game day. Fans all across the Mid-South keep coming back to the #1 Ford dealership in Greater Memphis. See them today in Collierville or online at LandersFordMemphis.com. When you own a Landers Ford, you get the support of a certified service tech with the Landers Ford Remote Service Experience Program. They pick it up, drop it off, or fix it on the spot, so you're never left watching from the sidelines. To finish the drive, the iconic Landers Easy Pass always brings more for your trade and the biggest discounts to put you in victory formation. And now, straight from the 1977 Ole Miss football team that took down #1 ranked Notre Dame, the final snap of the day from Landers Ford President Don Kitchens.
If it doesn't say Landers, you've paid too much.
As reported on Ford's 2024 total new vehicle retail sales report in Memphis market.
Brock and Ronnie stepped out, but left me with some amazing deals at Gossett Hyundai South Mount Moriah. How about 2026 Hyundai Elantra SE? We Gossett $198.48 a month. Yeah, $198.48 a month for Hyundai Elantra SE. How about 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE? $269.59 a month. That's right, $269.59 a month for Hyundai Tucson SE. Plus 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL, $331.82 a month. $331.82 a month for Hyundai Palisade SEL. Plus, you'll get owner's assurance with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So go by and ask for Rock and Ronnie today at Gossett Hyundai South, 2660 Mount Moriah, or online, GossettHyundaiMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Elantra TU 196.041, MSRP 24.110, Palisade SEL, stock number TU 106.409, MSRP 44.820, Tucson T87 44.261, MSRP 31.350, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. It's starting to build even more now through Midtown on 240 southbound at South Parkway. It's also increased with that volume 40 east at Warford, Hollywood, as that traffic builds around the 101 connector. Still moving right now, trying to get south of Memphis. Just watch for radar down through there on 55 through certain parts of DeSoto County. Don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. Having transmission problems? Come to Amco Transmissions today. 2 locations to help you here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you as we start our second hour on this Wednesday afternoon. We got to talk some golf, and joining us now like he does every single week, John Goen from Timber Trust. He joins us now. John, how's it going? How are things down in North Mississippi at Timber Trust?
Good afternoon, fellas. It's a little toasty.
Yes,
it's a little toasty.
Be careful.
Yeah, no doubt. I've been telling the guys to make sure that they're hydrating. So, but, you know, other than that, things are good. You know, just gearing up for the 4th of July weekend. And then greens aerification is on Monday next week. And, of course, that'll be a long day for everybody. But we'll get that knocked out and get into recovery mode and be good to go, you know, as we move forward from there.
Always controversial on aerification, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I always love how everybody likes to get worked over greens aerification. Yet at the end of the day, if you don't do it, you know, you wind up with massive problems.
Sure do. The compaction's real,
you know,
isn't it?
You do it every single year. So I don't know why we have to get worked up over it every single year. It's just something that happens. And, you know, honestly, it happens multiple times at some places as well. So, you know, we're thankful that we kind of do once a year pulling cores, and then we, you know, manage through the rest of it by, you know, taking some solid times and just poking some holes to keep everything open and keep water and gas exchange going throughout the course of the year that is much less impactful, from a player perspective. So, it's one time. We obviously are using smaller times than the private clubs do, because we know at the end of the day we've got to recover in about a 4 to 5 day window.
You got to turn it
around. We gotta be ready to rock and roll come Saturday again. So I guess that's one of the benefits to being in the public course sector as opposed to private clubs that I know when I was at Southwind we'd close for the week to be able to get it all knocked out. Now I think that made sense at that point in time as well, just because then you're not trying to do it all, with members trying to play golf around you. You just close for a week and you get it all taken care of, and you open back up and you're good to go.
Last weekend at the Travelers in Hartford at TPC, everyone just raved about the greens and how pure they were, and I'm not even angry over it. I've just come to the resolve of, not only has Scotty forgotten how to putt, he's completely back to he can't putt. John.
Well, the only thing I would argue in that situation is how many 6 or so footers did he make coming in that he needed to make just to try to push it to the playoff into the next day?
6 foot's one thing, 10's another, though.
Well, there's that. I'm just glad that it didn't turn into another Aaron Rice situation for me where I trashed somebody, during the previous week's show, and then they wind up winning the golf tournament, that same week. So, I hated it for you, but I felt good at least, I didn't, have to deal with you guys harassing me about, trash talking somebody and then having to kind of eat a little crow. So
I don't think we have done it, and it's not pronounced, but there's some out there that still want to compare him to Tiger. They have to stop that. Heading into his 30s, he's not close to Tiger Woods. Maybe Rory, maybe Phil, but he is not Tiger Woods. And few will be.
He's got to win about 10 more majors before we can start having that conversation. Clearly he is the number one player in the world. And, from that perspective, that's great. But, let's face it. We do this in all sports. We're always looking for the next one. You've done it for, you did it forever with Michael Jordan, and now LeBron's come, and now, you do it for, all these other guys when you're searching for who's the next biggest thing that's going to carry this sport to whatever level. And so many guys per about normal try to get anointed through this whole thing and fall mightily when the pressure gets too heavy. Scotty's at least been able to handle that for the most part to this point. Now it's just a matter of, again, he's gonna have these periods, but let's keep in mind, he shot 60 in this golf tournament, fellas. And clearly, he had an opportunity to win this golf tournament and just didn't. Is he as far off as people want to say he is? Probably not. Is he a lot closer than you would think? More than likely. But again, we talk about these stretches with Scotty every single year, whether he's either struggling with his putting, and then I think, as I mentioned last week, he's just not hitting his irons nearly as close as he was in previous years.
Close counts, doesn't it?
4 to 6 feet further away from the pin on average. And to your comment about putting woes, your stats and drop substantially the further away from the hole you get, for an opportunity to make putts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm just glad you talk about being glad that you didn't talk bad about him last week. I'm just glad he didn't win and that he's not in this tournament this week, because then I would have had a very awkward decision on my hands. So now I at least don't have to do that, which is
well. I mean,
which
you
is
did
nice.
say you weren't going to pick him until he won.
That's right,
so,
which
I mean,
still stands. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
yeah,
he didn't
no,
win,
absolutely.
so
yeah,
it's very easy next time he's in the tournament. I just pass on him, and I'll go with the next best guy in there. So it definitely helped me out. Going back to what y'all got going down at Timber Trust, obviously this weekend, 4th of July. What do y'all have going on the rest of this week, this weekend with the 4th of July? And when can people make tee times? Kind of tell everybody about this weekend and what it's going to look like down there.
Yeah, so nothing super special, from just, whether we've got an event or not. We obviously kick off the weekend tomorrow night with a 2-man scramble. We do have a rollover this week, so and there is still some space available. It does seem though like everybody is kind of taking a few extra days since the holiday is on Saturday. So, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, again, we are not doing holiday rate this Friday. So if you are still looking for a Friday tee time, we have filled up quite a bit. But keep in mind that's just going to be our normal Friday rate, not our holiday rate, which would then be weekend rate. So there is a little bit of a break there. And then Saturday and Sunday is just normal play for us. So, it'll be the last opportunity to kind of get things in. Again, before verification on Monday, you can book your tee times either online at timbertrustgolf.com, or you can call us at 662-895-3530 to be able to book your tee time with somebody in the golf shop there. So, but it should be, obviously still going to be a little bit warm, but still should be some good weather, and book those early morning tee times so you can get it in, get it done. And then, I know a lot of places are doing fireworks on the earlier side. I know, Collierville's doing theirs tomorrow night, and everybody else is maybe doing theirs on their third or something along those lines. So, there'll be plenty of opportunity there. But yeah, book your early morning tee times and get it in, get it done. And then there is a fireworks stand directly across the street from the golf course. So if you're looking to pick anything up too, extremely convenient for your fireworks shopping experience.
That is convenient. John, do you find this weekend to be kind of like football season, play early and then do 4th of July stuff later in the day?
Yeah, I mean, so, it's obviously this is a little weird just because of, where the holiday falls. I mean, it feels like, in recent history, I mean, we've been a little bit more during the week. So, folks kind of disappear a little bit here and there, and then they kind of come back for the weekend. But now it's almost like folks are kind of stretching, this into maybe a full week of being gone. Although Friday, like I said, is extremely busy. I think that it could be extremely similar to, college football season, get it in, get it done, then get out. And it's, obviously extremely warm. And, it's interesting. We've tried this, really when we first got the golf course, and, trying to do kind of a split tee start, so that you could get a lot more folks out in the early morning. And, again, just something you try that wasn't overly successful, but, just an opportunity to maximize, the amount of early morning tee times to get folks out when the weather's a little bit cooler, or before those early, or the noon to 2:30 kickoffs, so you could kind of get, your round of golf in and get home. So, but yeah, no, I think it'll be busier in the morning time, quieter in the afternoons, and then everybody will get home and either go to somebody's house and grill out, or just hang out at their own. So.
This week the tour is in Silvis at the Tri-Cities for the John Deere. Next week an alternate event, but the main event, the Scottish Open, then the Open Championship. And then we come back with 3 before we get to Memphis. I'm saying all that to get to this. Rory McIlroy's not playing in another designated PGA Tour event until and if he plays in Memphis. He is 13th on the FedEx Cup list. He has to be safely inside the 50 to pull what he did last year and dodge Memphis. Do you think he can remain in the top 50 where he's set for the BMW at Belle Reve in St. Louis, or will he have to play in Memphis, John? 13th, because he's going to go down about 8 or 10 pegs every weekend from now on.
Well, I think some of that's going to depend on how he performs the next couple of weeks, right? I mean, he'll play in the Scottish Open and he'll play in the Open Championship. So he's got opportunity there to kind of cement himself comfortably into the top 10 or top 7, possibly, depending on kind of how things shake out. So I think he's got a lot of things to kind of go over the span of the next, couple of weeks. As far as
we're rooting
his direction,
against him, aren't we? To want him to come to Memphis.
I guess we are. I mean, again, Rory's been here. I mean, last year was a bit unfortunate. You'd hate for him to kind of make that a habit, but at the same time, once people do that, you kind of expect it a little bit more. So, and let's face it, I mean, he could still, even at 13th, probably, if he can hold at 13, he could skip Memphis and show up at the BMW and then play the next 2 weeks and go from there. So, but, obviously Rory adds something to the field here. We just got to hope that we get a little bit of a weather shift, in that early August timeframe like we've had the last few years in particular. And it's not exactly what it is right now where, you get 105 heat index and you're just melting out there.
But Memphis, St. Louis, and Atlanta, it's going to seal it that they're headed to Pebble Beach.
Oh, absolutely.
They're headed to Seminole. They're headed to Chicago area, Chicago Golf
Seminole's
Club.
not going to be much better. Florida in August is not the coolest place on the face of the planet.
But they want to go there so badly, don't they?
Seminole has some allure. Not a lot of people get to see Seminole, and not a lot of people get to experience Seminole. So I'm sure that there's some allure there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talking to John Goen. He joins us every single week to talk golf. We'll get to our picks here in a couple minutes, but we talked about Scotty Scheffler losing this past weekend. We haven't mentioned the winner, Victor Hovland, his first win of the year, 8th on the tour. What did you make of what he did over the weekend and being able to win that Monday morning?
Yeah. Look, I think we've expected some stuff out of Victor that he just hasn't come to fruition on. Mm-hmm. He can go through these streaks now. So now you're curious to see whether Victor kind of gets on a little bit of a roll between, does he now maybe play well at the Scottish Open? Does he play well at the Open Championship? He's kind of gotten into some of these stretches. He got into it around FedEx Cup playoff time. Kind of got on a heater. And so, it'll be interesting to see whether this will continue for him. But clearly, I think for a lot of us, the most memorable part is all the Norwegian fans there. And then, of course, the rowing and things along those lines were made, I think, this year's Travelers a bit more of a unique experience than in prior years. So,